This is for SB2 and SB3. Aly is an SB2. She'll be competing today. She's a Tokyo and Paris Paralympian. Comes in with a personal best time of 1:40.42, so that's definitely what we're going to be watching out for on the clock. As we're beginning these para events, I always like to provide some context. All of the classifications on the para side, S1 through 10, are physical impairments. The lower is the more severe of impairments. S11 through 13 are all visual impairments, and then S14 are intellectual impairments. So tonight, like I said, the para events we're going to see are the 50 breast and the 100 breaststroke. Aly's going to get us started here in just a moment.
Off we go on this one, and Aly Van Wyck-Smart, as you mentioned, she is swimming this as a 50-meter breaststroke. She was 1:46.68 earlier today, and it is the World Para Swimming Championships, one of the events that you mentioned early on where we have, it's one of the 4 events that we're selecting for, but this is one that we're not going to have an immediate answer for at the end of the meet.
There are a few athletes that are actually working towards getting their classification, and I think this is the conversation we're going to continue to have because it is a complicated process. Some athletes that are born with their disability do not have to get classified as regularly, or if potentially their body isn't going to grow any differently. But other athletes have to get reclassified every year or every 2 years. And now the only event that you can get classified in is at the World Para Series. So this has made it a little bit, although consistent across the board, everyone in the world is going through this same process, but it does make it a little bit more challenging because you can only go to these specific events for classification. And unfortunately, with certain disabilities, it is often inconsistent on which day you're feeling necessarily strong compared to some of the other days. And so if your result is inconsistent, unfortunately, not every athlete is able to get a classification. And so we've had Shelby Newkirk, one of the Paralympic medalists from last summer, unfortunately not able to be here this week because she is having to get classified in an event in Mexico right now. So they're going to leave a little bit of room for the potential for some additions to the team after it's named on Thursday night. Right now, let's get back to Aly. She's coming into the final 5 meters.
Well, and you've got a personal best down at 1:40. She was 1:46 this morning. It looks like she's going to be a bit better than that. She's just got a couple of meters left to go. Aly Van Wyck-Smart, Whitby swimming into the wall, 1:47.31. Solid swim after that 1:46 this morning.
And if you're looking at the number beside each athlete's name, that is what's called their para points. So they combine their classification with their time. And the cool thing about technology now is that time will be cranking down throughout. So if you keep an eye as they're swimming, you get to watch those points evolve as the athlete's racing. But something that really helps when you have a heat, especially the next one coming up where we have athletes from different classifications, so you can keep an eye once they've touched the wall on who's actually finished ahead of one another, because of course their time isn't the only factor that goes into their final placing.